We are back with the Fresno County Historical Society for the first time this year. So Elizabeth Laval, president of the Fresno County Historical Society, she joins us every month for a look back at history and a look to the future while we preserve history right now. And each month she writes a newsletter called The Grapevine. And this month you took a look at the Sugar Pine Lumber Company.
Well, we did, because everything we did at the beginning of the newsletter was about 100 years ago.
Okay.
It's kind of become a tradition.
I like this.
That we start the year by going back 100 years.
Yes.
And since we own and control right now the B newsletters,
okay,
all those archives are perfect to go through and find out how many things are similar, and so many things are different. But there you go, you're looking at, now this was in Pinedale. If you're really careful, you can see that water tower back there. It is still in Pinedale. That was the most electrical railroad that was used, all electricity up in the mountains, and it was in Pinedale.
Okay, so is this from 1924?
23.
23. Oh, I'm putting us forward a year.
No.
1923.
Yeah, all the pictures that we grabbed for this section. This is a great picture. If they'll hold it for a second, this is the trolley on Van Ness Avenue. And if you look way in the far right corner, that is the Swim and Racket Club. It was called the DeVoe Pool at the time. But that is, in 1923, there was nothing out there that became, of course, Christmas Tree Lane and all that, but the trolley ran right through there, and you can see everybody's getting on there. 1923, great photos from 23.
Oh, that's great.
This is a building that's celebrating its centennial this year. This is the Hotel Californian. And originally it was built along the lines of the Hotel Fresno as a grand dam of downtown Fresno, and it's still there. It's being used for different kinds of housing now, but at least it's there. And I love this one. In 1923, the first car went from Huntington Lake and back, and that is the winning car. Can you imagine? Especially this week in the rain.
In the rain,
I don't know the weather.
I don't know if people were brave enough.
They were, they were crazy. And I love this one too. This is Sunnyside Golf Course, and they're putting the 9th hole in.
Look at how everyone is dressed.
Everyone is dressed. Everyone is there watching them actually put the hole in. It's one of the 2 centennial golf courses in the valley, the other one being Fort Washington. And so this one was a big deal. All the stars played there, and it was a lot of fun. This is just for fun. You can see these weird guys walking on the wings, 1923.
Oh my God,
they are.
Daredevils.
They're daredevils. Yeah, that's
and is
above
that,
Fresno.
that's Fresno below us?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness, these pictures are just incredible, and it shows you how much has changed in areas of the Central Valley where there was nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yes.
And now we think of that as Midtown or even Southtown. There was one picture in there that I loved. It was the panoramic view of the beginning of 1923. And I put in the newsletter, what do you recognize and what do you not recognize? Because that was the time when most of the big buildings were going up. Security Pacific Bank went up in 1924. The Rao building was up. The Maddie building, which became Guarantee Savings. The Bank of Italy, which, you know, became Bank of America. So many buildings downtown.
So many buildings downtown that, you know, downtown does a pretty good job of keeping things sort of reminiscent of what happened in the past. And so you guys do a great job of reminding us of all of this history and bringing these things forward, but you have to be able to support it somehow.
That's right.
And that's why we love you coming, because you get to talk about all the events that you're doing. So for this year, what is the plan for the Fresno County Historical Society?
So we're really lucky that we have a whole plan laid out, but the first thing that we're going to be doing is our gala again, and it's called Stars, Stripes, and Swing.
Yes, it's a USO theme.
There it is. You can see the logo on your screen. It's on March the 24th, and of course Casey is a big supporter and our sponsor for this. We'll be out at Chandler Field. Where better to have a dance. You'll see some of the old planes. You're going to get to potentially ride in one of the old Jeeps. But it's really to showcase the USO and what they did. We're encouraging that kind of dress, or I'm looking for
40s, right?
1940s glam, mid-40s, you know, with the victory curls and the whole thing. It'll be a lot of fun.
The pin curls, kind of.
Yeah.
I always like to look back because we can really pinpoint some fashion. You know, we can pinpoint the 50s.
That's right.
But sometimes the 30s and 40s are a little bit tougher.
They are.
But it is fun to kind of dive into that history, and you give us a reason why. Real quickly, any other events that are coming up?
Yes, our Ag Tour is coming up pretty soon. It's in February. And we would go to the website, valleyhistory.org. This is going to be our Blossom Tour.
Oh, beautiful.
I know. How much fun. You get to get on the bus at Kearney, ride around, and we'll take you to several stops along the way. And, of course, we always end with wine or beer tasting.
Oh,
and a great big lunch.
So I love to end everything.
Yeah, and if you haven't read the Grapevine, take a look at the flood section. It's very apropos to what's happening right now, but it was 1884.
It was 1884. I was just writing the web article. I was getting ready for the show. I was writing, there's the flood. It is just perfect timing today.
I know
with all the rain. So that's 1884. We looked at 1923. I love looking back at this history. It gives us a little perspective.
It does.
A little view at the past, and then sort of a role for us to preserve history right now.
That's
why we love having you on. Elizabeth Laval from the Fresno County Historical Society.
Thank you so much. Emily, I'll see you next month.
Oh, yes, I'll be there. All right. Coming up here on Central Valley today, nominated for Tastiest Citrus, Sunkist has all the delicious details on their involvement with the Critics' Choice Awards. That's next.